Hi, everyone. Please stay a little bit more. I will try to be brief. I will try to explain the basics, the core essence of our idea. And very soon, all of you will be able to go to prepare for the party. So what I'm here for, I want to tell you a very short story. A very short story about what? I guess most of you or all of you remember these grocery shops in the 90s where you had to come to a shop, point to a specific good, and ask, how much is it? Where can I get it from? How much do you have of it? And then the cashier or shopping assistant was standing and, it's not good, we don't have it anymore. And then fast forward to today, you come to Amazon, click it, choose the goods, pay it, and the next day it's at your door. So I'm going to tell a story how ESO is trying to become Amazon. So just few slides about who we are. We are the part of Lietuvos Energija group. So we take care of energy production, distribution, supply and trade, and of course we have support functions. So we have a lot of different companies in our group, and we are a distribution operator, ESO. So our key responsibilities, our key functions is electricity distribution, natural gas distribution, connection of new customers. This is the thing that I'm going to tell today about. Operation, of course, of those networks and maintenance, metering management, and guarantee supply. Some numbers, most important ones, I guess, are the number of customers, 1.6 million, and the number of lines that we are operating, so more than 100,000 kilometers of electricity network. Our goals. We are really aiming at the satisfaction of the client. How? What is important? So for our clients, when we asked, important are several things. Speed and simplicity. So that's what we are trying to measure. And we set the goal for us to reduce the duration of new connection and, of course, make it in a quality way so the customer is really satisfied. So this is where we were last year. This is what we are aiming for this year. We are not so successful yet, but we are on the way. So, for example, for the duration in electricity, we have 44. For the gas connection duration, we have 90. And for satisfaction, we have 8.7. So very shortly. So duration and satisfaction. Where to start? Well, we decided to start at the beginning. What is the beginning for our service? Is the application process. So I don't know, how many of you have tried to apply for a new electricity or gas connection? Maybe just, okay, not a lot of you. So just to explain it a little bit, it's kind of a headache. What we had before we started our project, the client had at first to decide what he wants to, how much power, what kind of connection, where he wants to be connected, on the parcel, on the pole, a lot of decisions. Then submit an application. Then our worker checks the application, approves the application. Client says, okay, that's fine, I didn't change my mind. Then we prepare connection conditions, like all kind of technical information, how to connect, what's important, what to take into account, how everything will be done. Again, client is informed. Then based on these connection conditions, we prepare agreement. And then the client gets the agreement, thinks, do I still want the connection or not? Well, yeah, signs the agreement and pays it, and only then we start the work. So a lot of hassle and a lot of work, a lot of different steps. In the best case scenario, it took like 3-4 days. In a little bit worse case scenarios, it's around a week, 2, or something like that. So it's like kind of a very high ladder to climb on the rooftop or to the, I don't know, 3rd floor. What we wanted, first thing, we wanted to make everything digital. We wanted to take everything online. The next thing, why so many steps? Let's make it in as few as possible. So we wanted to simplify our application form and the process so the client connects, chooses what he wants, gets the agreement, pays it, and as in a normal service or product shop, we get an order which is already paid, and we start processing it immediately. So this was our idea, concept, what we wanted to achieve. And to achieve that, well, I will show a very nice slide. We had to use our data. Before that, well, the data was really used by the employees. They knew how to use it, why to use it, how to use it in their daily work, but it wasn't so common to utilize the data in our GIS systems and asset management systems for the client. So that's what we had to do. We had to use our GIS data, we had to use our asset management data, we had to use our new clients connection data, self-service portal data, and we couldn't get anywhere without a little bit help from other institution, Center of Registers, which provided the parcels data and ownership data. So just to understand the scope of the data that we are using in our solution, maybe I will point out several things. So it's approximately 60,000 substations. We have 1.6 million consumers, I already told that, and we have around 2 million poles. So this is the data that we are speaking about, the calculations that have to be made for this, how to say, variety of data. To be more exact, what has been involved in our solution? So gas distribution pipeline, wells, insulating joints, gas pressure regulators, the customers themselves, poles, transmission lines, transformers, substations, switch devices, and electricity consumer points. So how our solution looked like? So the whole idea, the whole process looks like that. The client logs in into our self-service portal, starts the application, chooses, let's call it a plan for the power. So we created plans. If, let's say, you are connecting a new house, small house, we are offering you a specific amount of power. And then the client in the application form has a map with the whole lines, with his parcel, and he clicks on the place that he wants to have a connection point. What happens next? Well, the whole magic in the GIS system starts happening. So at first, the network tracing procedures are completed, and then the calculations are made. So for the power losses, physical barriers, available connection points, and the shortest distance to the available connection point in our network. What happens then? Based on that distance, another system calculates the duration of work and the price. So the client gets the agreement, and he knows how much he has to pay and how long will it take. If he's fine with that, he can agree and pay. If not, he can make as many changes and choices as he wants. Before, every time he had to submit a new application. And now he can make it online as many times as he wants. So we're speaking, of course, about this middle part now. We're all interested in how the GIS calculations are made and how the process inside there looks like, because it's the most complicated and the biggest part in this solution, in this project. So what happens, how the whole logic works, yes? After the client clicks on the map in the self-service portal. So at first, the closest element of electricity network is scanned within 500 meters of the place that client clicked. Afterwards, the distance is calculated and physical barriers are evaluated. So if this distance is this line crosses mountains, lakes, forests, then the system evaluates that and provides the answer to the self-service portal. And afterwards, parental air or cable line is set, is defined. We identify it. We locate the feeder transformer by tracing it. And then we find the 3 most distant electric line points. And then we calculate the power, available power, and power loss, delta U. And based on this information, we identify where we can connect the client and tell to the client, well, this is our offer, this is the distance, this is the duration. So in general, this is how, let's see, the concept of the whole our solution, of what we made, what we prepared, how we want to make the client's life easier. And what's next? Well, we don't want to stop there. We just launched the solution in July. So July was the beginning of our solution. We already see some benefits. So the numbers in these bubbles are actually the benefits that we already see in the first 2-3 months. So we cover almost 20% of all clients that come online. So 20% of all clients go through that automated process, which is faster. So what happens? Their application process, on average, is shorter by 3 days. And what we already also see in the last 2 months, the customer satisfaction, we send surveys, have increased by 0.3. So it's not a lot, but we are moving towards our goal. What's next? We are planning to develop the gas part. Now we launched the electricity part. We launched the electricity part for citizens, for small objects. We want to increase it for large objects to go up to 150 kilowatts. Well, because doing business evaluates that. And also we are looking a little bit even further away. We are thinking how to help not only customers, but our partners and our employees as well. So how to automatically evaluate the scope of work, not only what's the price and how long will it take it. And of course, always theory is nice, pictures and presentations are good. What I want to do, I want just to show not a screenshot, not a GIF. I want to show online how this application looks and what a client can click. So I will just turn on my computer, and if colleagues will help with switching the screen. So this is what a client will be able to see. This is the map part. I will just very slowly scroll down to the other parts of the application. So you wouldn't think that I'm just showing some random map. So this is the whole application. I already input my information about power, address, and so on. So this is my parcel. You can see electricity network, the red line here. I can see the poles, these white bubbles. You can see, yes. And then I come back to my parcel. Green flag is put on my parcel because I provided my address. And the map zoomed in into my parcel. And what I do next, I click on the boundaries of my parcel. So the system checked my place that I want to have a connection point, and then I press calculate the connection fee. And here I have, well, it's not very, how to say, distinct, but you can see there's a line. It says that it's 9 meters to the closest connection point. I can see the electricity network. I can see the point that I selected. I can see the point that the system identified. And then if I go down, I can see that it costs 364 euros. And if I pay today, it will take 85 days to complete this transaction to get me new electricity connection. So if I'm fine with that, I go to the next page. I approve the agreement, and then the whole work will start immediately. So this is what our clients see. This is the story that is only beginning. It's not ending. And this is how ESA will try to become Amazon. Thank you.